My mom was a competitive bodybuilder, and I was going to the gym when I was like 5 or 6 years old, just watching, observing, and seeing what was going on. And at the time, the He-Man dolls were out, little He-Man muscle dolls, and I had every one of them, and I loved them. And I would just obsessively just couldn't believe the muscles on these guys. And so, as a kid, when I was brought into the gym with my mom, I actually saw these huge guys in person, and I was like, oh my God, like the dolls are real people, which I had no idea. I'd never seen a person really look like that. To me, it was just all cartoons and fictional. And basically, I would sit and watch these guys in the gym work out and interact. And, I have to say, I did notice that, back in those days, the women did seem to flock towards the bigger guys in the gym. And, as a kid, I happened to notice that. So I have to say, yeah, I mean, that probably is part of the reason why I got involved in it. But once I became competitive and I really was involved, it had nothing to do with women. It was more all for myself, just trying to prove upon myself and be the best that I can be. And the truth of the matter is, most women, you take as a whole, don't necessarily like huge, massive bodybuilders. They're more into the men's physique or, Brad Pitt or, more just a leaner, athletic body. So when you get to the stage that I'm at, 280 pounds, 290 pounds, the general public isn't really necessarily attracted to that. So it kind of defeats the purpose if you're doing it to get women. That's not going to work. You need to be about 200 pounds and be shredded, and you're going to have better, better possibilities. But basically, you have the people that are into bodybuilding and that are into the sport in the industry that basically, obviously like muscles. So they're going to go for the bigger guy and, the more ripped guy and, the guy that is doing the best, looks the best. So you have kind of that group where, it does, it is, I'm starting to fumble around.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Was there a point?
My mom was a competitive bodybuilder. So at the age of 6, 7, 8 years old, she was bringing me to the gym while she worked out. And at the time, there was these dolls called He-Man dolls. And I don't know if you remember them, but they were, little action figures that were just incredibly buffed out. And the bodies were just amazing. And I would look at these dolls and be like, what is this? This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this. And so when my mom took me to the gym, I looked around and I actually saw these dolls in real life walking around. And I couldn't even believe what I was seeing because I had no idea that was real. To me, it was, fake. It was an action figure. So the minute I saw that in real life, I was like, that's what I want to be. And, obviously I noticed that, the women in the gym seemed to flock, to these physiques. The bigger guys were getting the most attention. And as a kid, I was drawn to that. And I was like, that's what I want to be. And so I have to say in the beginning, yes, definitely, I could say that I probably started doing it for women and also, to look the way I wanted to look, which would be something I had no idea was even existed. But as I got more involved in the sport and became more competitive, I was no longer for women. It was all about for me and my obsession to be the best I could be. And it was just about, winning the contest, first place, second place sucks. There's no such thing as second place, it's the first loser. So it was all about winning. And that's basically what it turned into. The kind of girls I'm attracted to. Basically, I like girls that are fit, that stay in shape, and that like to work out, and eat. But not necessarily into the competitive nature. The girls that compete, I'm usually not attracted to just because it's an obsession and it's all about me, and I've been there and done that where it was all about me, and whoever I was with, it's all about me. It's all about my contest. It's all about me winning that trophy. That's all that matters in life. And, to have a relationship, it's hard to be with someone who, it's all about them, selfish, we everything revolves around this contest coming up, and that's difficult to deal with. So although currently I am, my girlfriend is a competitive bikini competitor, which is the first time I've ever dated someone who is a competitor. And, it's a difficult thing. And I've always been attracted to, I got to start over. I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
Ready.
The answer to that is yes. I get misjudged all the time. My size, my mass, my tattoos, people assume I'm this. And the truth of the matter is, let it be known, probably shouldn't be saying this, but the truth of the matter is I'm the opposite of whatever you look and you see. I'm the opposite. Never judge a book by its cover. But I've always seemed to attract the wrong kind of women, and that's because of visually they see me and they assume I'm, this edgy, asshole, or someone who is gonna pull their hair and slap them around in the bedroom, and I'm actually the opposite. I'm more of a affectionate and cuddle and a good guy, so to speak. And so definitely this physique and my tattoos and everything about me definitely attracts the wrong kind of people.
That's cool.
The answer to that question is definitely yes. I've always attracted the wrong kind of women, and I guess it's the muscles, the tattoos. They're assuming I'm this, edgy, crazy, whatever you want to call it. And the truth of the matter is whatever you see, I'm actually the opposite when it comes to a relationship. And it's, they're expecting, in the bedroom, I'm gonna pull their hair and slap them around, and that's definitely not my thing. And I'm more of, the cuddly, affectionate kind of person, and want a real relationship, and that's what I've always longed for. I've never been that kind of, and that's what people assume. They see me like, oh, he's with a different every woman every night, and he's this, he's that, and some women are attracted to that. Why, I don't know, but they are. And so I seem to attract those types of women, and it's not me. So. Okay, yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second just to think what I'm going to start off with.
Take your time, take your time.
Okay, so you ask, did women have anything to do with you getting into bodybuilding? Okay, I'm ready. Just tell me when. My mom was a competitive bodybuilder. Just think what I'm going to start off with.
Take your time, take your time.
You asked,
Ready.
did women have anything to do with you getting into bodybuilding? Okay, I'm ready. Just tell me when.
Action. Ready.
My mom was a competitive bodybuilder.
What?
Can't hear the TV.
You can hear the TV?
Got louder.
Ready.
Sounds deep.
I'm attracted to women that work out and stay in shape. And ever since I was a kid, I've been in the gym working out. And so I have to admit, I've actually am quite shallow of a person, which is not a good thing. But I am definitely into being with someone that visually, is looks great. And I would have a problem being with someone who didn't stay in shape and didn't take care of their body. When, the truth of the matter is what really matters is what's inside the person, because, eventually that outside is going to wear off, but I haven't learned that lesson yet. So I'm still quite shallow. Basically, I'm not into women necessarily that compete or in the industry. And the reason being is because it's just, it's such a selfish sport, which I've been there myself and competed. And when I competed, all that mattered was me and whoever I was with. It was all about me. It was all about my show, all about my contest, all about helping me get ready for the show. And I don't want to be on the other side of that coin and be the one that's helping someone get ready for a show and, you know, talking about the show 24 hours a day. You know, it's just consuming. Although, I hate to say, you know, I'm dating a IFBB Pro bikini competitor as of right now, and it's the first time I ever dated someone who was in the industry. So, you know, but normally I'm not attracted to those types of girls. Just girls that work out and take care of themselves. And also, you know, the personality is very important, you know, to be able to sit and actually have a conversation, which is, for me, is hard to find. You know, there's basically three kinds of people. There's people that talk about people that talk about things, and people that talk about ideas. And I'm more about the kind of person that talks about ideas. I'm always brainstorming and trying to come up with, you know, business plans and ways to make money and this and that. And I can't stand to sit and have a conversation about people or about things. You know, it's just a pointless, useless conversation. And from my experience, 80% of the people I talk to, that's all they want to talk about is, you know, gossip and this and that. And so it's hard to find someone with substance. For me, that's, you know, that's an important thing, is to actually find someone with substance.
That was good, Tim.